Hey everybody, it's me, Rick Acosta, the Dodger Card Collector, coming to you with another video. Today is Thursday, January 12th. The weekend is almost here and it can't come soon enough, to be perfectly honest with you. It's been a quiet week. Looking forward to the weekend. A lot of NFL football. I'm really excited. Get to watch the playoffs this weekend. Unfortunately, my Rams won't be in there, so it'll be a stress-free weekend. The Chargers are playing. I do root for them, so hopefully they can do something. But this weekend's going to be devoted entirely to football. Hobby-wise, it's been pretty quiet for me. I have not bought one card 13 days into the year. Don't know when. There are some eBay auctions coming up tonight and tomorrow that hopefully I can pick a few cards up there. Uh, First weekend of February is going to be the Long Beach Coin and Card Expo, and that's usually a good show for a couple of days. And then the following weekend is the Burbank Card Show out in Ontario. Looking forward to that. Saving up some money, and hopefully there'll be something there that interests me. The first Burbank Card Show, I was able to buy a 57 Topps mantle, and just hoping to see if I could find a Brooks Robinson or maybe some play ball cards. It's not easy finding vintage out here, but hopefully that's starting to change. So what are we doing card-wise today? I'm taking a break from the 41 play ball episodes. I'll do that next week. I decided for this week I want to do my 2023 goals, as I've been seeing some of the 2023 goals videos pop up. I think goals are important. Last year was the first year I did goals. I wrote them down. I had 26 of them, and I was able to do all 26, surprisingly. It does help you keep focused. It doesn't mean you're not going to divert. I definitely diverted. One of my goals, or one of my not, I didn't have a goal of doing a set last year, but I ended up starting and almost finishing a 1957 Topps set. But I do feel goals keep you in line. So this year I have roughly 10 or 11 goals. So let's turn the camera and we could talk about goals for a bit. All right, before I go give you my 2023 goals, I want to do a brief recap on 2022. I had 26 goals for 2022, a lot of them being working on Dodger team sets from the 30s and the 40s, along with finishing my Kellogg's sets for the Dodgers, and just some star cards and some commons from the 60s sets. But some of the bigger goals I had, I have right here for you, and I wanted to share those with you. The first one, I'm going to actually just take it off over here. That was the getting the Satchel Paige. I needed to finish the 1953 Topps set, and I desperately needed one card, which was Satchel Paige, and I was finally able to get that. The next card on here is a 1933 Lefty Grove. That was a goal. I had several Hall of Fame cards that I wanted for my display wall, and Lefty Grove was one of them. So picked this up just a few months ago, and that was a goal I was happy to accomplish. And then the last card, actually, we're going to make it second to last card. To work on my Dodger team set, I needed a Jackie Robinson card from 1950. This allowed me to basically get all the Bowman Dodger cards from 1948 to 1955. I am missing one, which is the Jackie rookie from 1949. I don't know if I will ever get that. Hopefully, it's a goal, so we'll see. But picked up this Jackie Robinson as well. And then the last card also was for my display wall. I wanted a modern card, and I was able to pick up a 2011 Topps Update Mike Trout in a PSA 8. The Angels obviously play here in town. I rarely go see them, but Mike Trout is a phenomenal player, and I wanted him represented in my collection. I tend to notice that when the younger crowd is looking at my display cases or my collection, they get more excited when they see someone like a Mike Trout or an Albert Pujols. So I've learned over the past year to add in a couple of players from recent times, just because I want my cards to appeal from people of all ages when they're checking them out. So those are my cards recapping 2022. Goal number 1 is to finish the 1957 top set. I am in need of one card, Brooks Robinson. I'm hoping to find that somewhere from a PSA 3 to a PSA 5. I have my eyes on one right now, but I'm kind of hoping the price will drop by $50. So in the meantime, I continue to look. In the meantime, here are 3 cards that I picked up this past year actually. The Roberto Clemente, the Luis Aparicio, and the Ernie Banks. I do like this set a lot. There's a lot of good photographs. Admittedly, like any top set, there are a lot of photos that aren't the best. Mickey Mantle being one of them for sure. But I think these are really nice, and these photos were taken either at Yankee Stadium or at the Polo Grounds or sometimes even at Ebbets Field. And the one thing I also like about this set is this is the last set that features the Brooklyn Dodgers and the New York Giants. The next year they would both move to Los Angeles and San Francisco respectively. But this is a good looking set. I will be glad and also relieved when I'm done, just because it's nice to finish a set. You're able to move on to other projects and other goals. So goal number 1, the 1957 Topps, Brooks Robinson. Goal number 2 is to finish my 1927 W560 Dodgers team set. There are 4 cards in the set. I currently have 3. Waddy Clark, Babe Herman there in the middle, the ungraded card, and on the right, Dazzy Vance. I still need Del Bissonette. I see one on eBay. I'm still thinking it's a little high. I'm going to hold off and hopefully one pops up soon. But yeah, goal number 2 is to finish the 1927 W560 Dodgers team set, needing Del Bissonette. I feel like playing cards when I look at these. I feel like playing poker when I look at these cards. Very interesting. Goal number 3 is to finish the 1929 R315 Dodger team set. I only have one, and that's Dazzy Vance in a very interesting windup. And I like looking at those uniforms in that shot. And I'm on the lookout for 2 more that are currently on eBay, one being Babe Herman, and the other one being Johnny Fredericks. This will be my first time bidding on these cards, so I don't know how expensive these will be. So I'm just taking a look. So for now, I have Dazzy Vance, and I hope to get 3 more cards from the 1929 R315 set this year. Goal number 4 is to finish the 1929 R316 Dodger team set, of which I currently have 2 of them. There are 6 cards in the set. The other 4 I am currently staring at on eBay. And this is a rare occurrence, so eBay has got me really paying attention over the next week because they have so many cards from the late 20s and early 30s that I'm looking at. So this is the R316 set, and I still need Dazzy Vance, Babe Herman, Del Bissonette, and Doug McQueenie. So that is goal number 4. Goal number 5 is to finish the 1934 to 1936 batter up set, the Dodger team set, I should say. There are 10 cards in the set. I currently have 6. 2 of them being Al Lopez and Hack Wilson. The Hack Wilson looks like the Hack Wilson's going to be hard because that's on auction right now, and the first day it went up over $100. So that one might take a little bit. The Lopez I saw once a few months ago for $25. I didn't push the button back then, and now I'm regretting it because I haven't found one since. There's one currently on eBay that I'm checking out. So goal number 5 is to finish here. Let me introduce the cards here. I got Ray Benj, Tony Cuccinello, and Van Lingo Mungo. There are some variations in this set. If you look at the Cuccinello card, it was made in this color and also in black and white. So similar to the Mungo and the Bench card. And then the high numbers from this set are also smaller in dimension compared to the first series. In fact, let me just take one out. I brought out a John Babbage card. You can see it's a little bit smaller, a little bit shorter than the first series. So there's some unique variations when it comes to this set. So goal number 5 is to complete the 1934 to 36 Batter Up Dodger team set. Goal number 6 is the 1932 U.S. Caramel Lefty O'Doul. You're going to notice a pattern here with Lefty O'Doul. I've seen this card a few times on eBay. It's not an easy card to find, and it's not necessarily a priority. As I can't even tell if he's really playing for the Dodgers when you see the photo of this or the drawing that we see here on this card. But if I could find it at a good price, I'm going to work on getting it. So that is the 1932 U.S. Caramel Lefty O'Doul. Goal number 7 are the 1933 Tattoo Orbit, Waddy Clark, and Lefty O'Doul. There are 2 cards in this set. I don't have any at the moment. Dean's Cards happens to have them both. They're a little expensive. Checking on eBay as well on a regular basis. So hopefully these cards I can finish this year. So that's the 1933 Tattoo Orbit Dodgers team set. Goal number 8 is the 1933 DeLong Gum Lefty O'Doul. What a surprise. I need a lot of Lefty O'Douls. Luckily, like the other sets, this O'Doul is the only Dodger card in the set. I've been eyeing one for several months, maybe even a year on eBay. And at some point in the first quarter of this year, I probably will end up picking this one up. It's a really pretty set. I've noticed the Lou Gehrig. There's some really nice cards. That Lou Gehrig especially stands out. It's a good looking set. So goal number 8 is going to be the 1933 DeLong, the DeLong Gum Company Lefty O'Doul. Goal number 9 is going to be the 1968 Topps Nolan Ryan rookie card along with Jerry Koosman. Instead of showing off the card, I thought I would show off some of my cards from that particular set. I had this set, almost the entire set, as a kid, and one of the dumb things I did was I remember selling it. I sold a partial set, and our Nolan Ryan was actually included in there. I was like 20 years old. I wasn't really thinking, I guess. So at some point, I would like to get that card, the 1968 Topps Ryan. These are a couple of my favorites from the set, especially the Reggie Smith card. I remember having this one as a kid. The Ernie Banks card, I remember buying. That was like the first big baseball card I had from the 68 set. I never got the Mantle. I think I did get the Clemente, and I had the Mays, but the Banks was the first one. For some reason, the Banks was the expensive card to pick up. And then just, one of the better pitchers of the 60s, Jim Maloney. I liked that card a lot. And I liked the uniform, especially that the Reds had back then. A lot different than what they have now. So goal number 9 is going to be the 1968 Topps Nolan Ryan Jerry Koosman rookie card. Goal number 10 is to continue working on my 1941 play ball set. As of this recording, I have 40 of the 72 cards in the set available, so I still need 32. My goal this year is to try to get roughly 14 to 16 cards, which would mean hopefully finding one a month, and then maybe a few months finding 2 cards. So my goal is for next year at this time to be only needing 16 to 18 more cards. So currently here I'm showing off the Hank Greenberg, which was one of my goals from 2022. That was one of the Hall of Fame cards that I wanted. Then I got the number 2 card in the set, Max West, along with Jimmy Fox, which was the first 41 play ball card I purchased, I think in 2020. So goal number 10 is going to be to continue working on this 1941 play ball set. It's going to be difficult, and I'm trying not to break the bank. We'll see how that pans out. So I'm really this goal of all goals I am most curious about. All right, on to the next goal. While this isn't a goal, I'm going to add one more feature to this video in that once I finish the 1957 set, I really am not working on a big time set. I mean, yes, I'll be working on the play ball set. Those are going to be hard to find. So I'm a little, what I would say, a one-hit wonder when it comes to my 1960s complete sets. So I thought, if I were to start a set this year, and I don't know if I'm going to, last year I had no intentions of starting a 1957 set, and I ended up doing it. So if I were to pick a set for the upcoming year, it would be one of these three sets. And I'm going to give you the pros and the cons of why I would or would not want to do this set. So I'm going to start with the 1960 tops. There you see Harmon Killebrew and Frank Robinson. What do I love about this set? I love the layout, love the two different pictures. I love the color. I think it's a great set. It's also the last set Topps made before the expansion of the Los Angeles Angels and the Washington Senators Mach 2. The Twins moving to Minnesota. The original Washington Senators moving over to Minnesota to become the Twins. And then 2 years later, we'd see the Houston Colt 45 and the New York Mets come in. So this was the last Topps set with 16 teams. So that for me is a positive. My negative, and some of you are going to say, those are negatives. One, there are just way too many Mickey Mantle cards. Having Mickey Mantle in a set is hard enough as it is, but I believe there are 5 or 6 different Mickey Mantle cards if you include the base set, the All-Star, if there's a League Leaders card or a World Series or a highlight type card. So that is negative number 1. But for me, honestly, negative number 2, 1960 Topps was the beginning of no caps on a lot of players. Off the top of my head, Sandy Koufax and Don Drysdale come off as not having caps on for the taking of their photograph for their cards. And 1960s, when we start seeing a lot of the capless cards, I just don't like that look. I think ball players need to have their caps on. And so that would be my con when it comes to 1960. My second option would be the 1963 Topps set. I love this set. Love when you look at the Marshall, by the way, he's wearing white sleeves if you haven't noticed. I like this black and white photo. Love the color. It's borderless on the bottom. Stan Musial's final card in a Topps set and as a player. And there's Walter Alston. So we have some good manager cards in there. This is just a really good looking set. On the positive also, I do own the 1963 Topps Pete Rose. So that wouldn't be an issue going into this set. Yeah, I would need the Stargell and the Oliva and some of the other guys, but having the Rose will really help out. This is a good looking set. My negative, and again, I'm being nitpicky, I do not like the floating heads in the rookie cards and the league leader cards. It's just, they should have just put full photographs in there. Those would be my negatives, but I think this is a really good looking set. And I don't know, we'll see. So that is set number 2 that potentially I might work on. And the last set I'm considering is the 1967 Topps set. This set I loved a lot as a kid, and I still think it's a great set. I just always liked how they took the photo, and you see the name up here and the team name down here. Just the way they laid it out, the color. There's some good photographs. The Ernie Banks and Willie Mays and the Fence Busters card with Willie McCovey. And the last card that Whitey Ford had during his playing career. I like this set a lot. We don't see as many of the, we're still seeing capless players, but not as much, in my opinion, from 1960 to 1961. I have two negatives when it comes to this set. Actually, a few. Take that back. One, compared to 1963 or 1960, by 1967, I have lost Stan Musial and Sandy Koufax. They are no longer in the sets. But I do have a lot of great rookies from 1961 through 1967 that have been added. So that is a positive. Also, in this set, I have the high numbers. The 1965 set is the only set I've worked on. The high numbers were fairly easy. I have heard horror stories about 1967, 1966, and 1961 high numbers. I don't know how bad it is, so I don't know if I want to try it. Eventually, I probably will down the road. So the high numbers affect me. And in those high numbers, there are two Hall of Fame rookie cards. Rod Carew, I can handle the price. I mean, it's expensive, but I get the price. I can do that. But Tom Seaver has, his price has gone completely out of control at this point. So that would be my negative on why not to do the 1967 set. But those are three sets that I'm contemplating working on one of them in 2023 or maybe 2024. But I wanted to get your guys' opinion. Let me know what you think. Should I do 1960, 1963, or 1967? I don't think there's a wrong answer either way because I think they're all amazing sets. But going to throw it out there for you guys. Anyway, everybody, thanks for tuning in. If you've lasted this long, as always, have a wonderful weekend, and we'll talk to you next time.